Hello and welcome to the final part of the 2019 Fire Emblem Heroes Year in Review, where I analyze some of the heroes that were released this year. Last time I covered the legendary and mythic heroes, and if you wanna check out the other videos I did on this series of the 2019 heroes, I did one for all the demoted units, one for the Tempest Trials units, and another one for the Grand Hero Battle units. And on the final video of the series, I will talk about a highlighted hero from each new heroes or special heroes banner. When I talk about a highlighted hero, I'm talking about the hero that shows up on the thumbnail of each banner trailer video. So when you exit the Nintendo Mobile YouTube channel, the heroes that will show up on the video thumbnail will be the one discussed, to avoid possible bias and personal preference. Since I already covered all the legendary and mythic heroes, I won't be talking about those. And well, as an exception, I will not cover the New Year's heroes, because, well, they're gonna release only in 2020, so we'll skip them. And well, I usually do these videos with a script to guide me, but this time I'll be talking without it, since I'll be reviewing a total of 29 heroes. 29 heroes. Which is the most I've covered so far, and well, it'll take too long to just write everything down, so let's see how well I can do without it. And I'll try as hard as I can to keep this under 45 minutes, to be bearable to the normal viewer. But well, if I can't do it, I'm sorry. Without further ado, let's start. Oh, first off, I'm using a live split timer, the one used for speedruns, to time how long I take for each hero, to make sure I'm not overstaying my welcome. And well, without further ado, let's start off with Nyla. Nyla is released together with Tibar, Rayson, and Leon. On the first, I was going to say, and Nisala, but no, Nisala wasn't on the banner. She released on the first Beast banner in Fire Emblem Heroes. And well, when the Beast released on the trailer, you could see their stats, because they showed an introduction of how the Beast worked in Fire Emblem Heroes, and you could see the stats for Leon, Rayson, and Tibar. The only character we didn't see the stats previously was Nyla. And well, let me tell you about her stats, she's pretty disappointing. Yeah, because Beasts were a new thing, everyone was impressed by them, but Nyla's stats are also pretty bad, let's say like that. She goes with great synergy with her weapon, which is Wolf Queen Fang and Moonbow. Since Moonbow is a quick special super rock, reducing death res by 30%, it does little damage and has little cooldown. And her weapon already accelerates special trigger by 1. And during combat, and if unit is transformed during combat, she deals plus 10 damage on special triggers, which makes a special combo with cheap cooldown, cheap specials like this for even faster procs, and well, to be overall faster and more dangerous. And she also gets essentially attack speed form on her weapon, which is to boost units attack speed by number of allies within 2 spaces times 2. So it's a bonus of plus 6 to each stat instead of the usual plus 7 you get for form skills. So it's also a nice combo with that. She also gets distant counter, which is great for fodder, and no see disrupt, which are the 2 skills that can essentially destroy healers and other stuff. Essentially, Brave Veronica, because you can nullify cooldown disruption, and you can also cancel out the effects of skills like Fire Sweep Sword and all those other ones. And Glare is also a nice skill to keep foes away from her. But overall, even though she has a really nice base kit, her stats are just really lackluster. With 37 speed, it's a good speed, but on her base kit she doesn't get anything else to complement it. And the 31 attack she gets is also really low, especially with a 14 might Fang. 32 defense and 23 resistance, they're okay, but still they are not enough to make her survive anything. So Nyla is essentially a risky pick for combat. I like playing as her, but I mean, she has such nice fodder, that's how you do it. She's a blue infantry beast, I forgot to talk about that. And about Hostile Springs Honoka, most of these heroes were from the Hostile Spring banner. They were not good, they were just nice as fodder. And well, Hot Springs Honoka is the same thing, but she comes with actually really nice offenses for a dagger unit. He's a dagger, flying green dagger. And well, I think I'll pause the timer here just to explain something. Every single time I talk about a dagger or a bow that is colored, keep in mind this thing. If, and only if, she's against a... For example, she's green and she's against a blue foe. Only in that case, she's gonna be good. Because that's the problem with colored daggers and bows. You have the weapon triangle weapon triangle advantage, while still suffering from weapon triangle disadvantage. And keep in mind the following. There's a difference between colored tomes and colored daggers / bows. Because usually it's more common to see a unit with high defense, which is easier to tank bows and daggers, than a unit with high res. So colored tomes are usually more devastating than daggers and bows. And that's the problem with having a colored bow unit or a colored dagger unit like Honoka. She's gonna suffer a lot from the weapon triangle disadvantage. For example, Honoka will suffer a lot from red foes. And well, every time I say she's a colored dagger or bow unit, keep that in mind, because I will always have something to complain, especially when they're green. Although they have the potential to kill powerful blue units, they will always suffer from red units, which are the most common class type. And that's something you will see a lot in the video, essentially with Lake Jarn. When I talk about Summer Lake Jarn, keep that in mind, because she's a blue colored unit and she'll destroy the red pool. Now back to the quick review. She comes with Splashy Bucket. She has nice offense at 35-35, which are pretty good, especially her speed at 35, which combos with attack speed bond and attack speed link for a total of 46 attack speed, which is amazing, and 46 attack as well, with her weapon on top. And what's awesome about her weapon is that it's effective against dragon foes, which turns her into a dragon killer, as well as having amazing offenses with all the combo of attack speed bond and attack speed link. The problem is getting those to proc, but if you have some allies, that shouldn't be that hard. She gets low defenses, but I mean, she's a flyer dagger unit that she won't need defenses to tank. So it's also a nice combo with Desperation, and well, overall she's just a very nice fodder, especially when you consider Splashy Bucket's second effect, which is to cancel breath effects and to nullify Raffle Staff, which makes Splashy Bucket an amazing weapon to fodder, as well as her other skills, such as Air Orders, which were released with her. And well, for Selkie, it's Selkie, right? Yeah, it's Selkie time. Selkie is a blue cavalry beast, and it's the first cavalry beast we got. And well, she just has about the stats of a cavalry unit. 29 attack, 19 defense, 35 HP. Those are pretty much some of the worst stats she can get, especially her attack at 29. Although she gets attack speed bond and Fox Kid Fang to combo with that, she doesn't get to nice stats enough to kill. She gets 38 speed, which is pretty good, especially for her other skills, and 35 resistance, which is amazing, but she would really love more resistance and res boon and resistance support to really proc those effects, which are Sabotage Attack, which is a new skill, and it's really good working with res, and because of Fox Kid Fang. It already gives you +3 res, but if you have more res than your opponent, you get a bonus to all of your stats, equals to half of the difference between your stat and foe stats. So you get essentially +8 to all stats. And that's really amazing, especially when considering Selkie can go against dragons and tome units, and well, usually she'll tank the hits and she'll also get more stats to go with that, because she'll have amazing res. And she also inflicts attack defense -4 on foe during combat, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack when she's transformed. So there's no Vengeful Fighter or any guaranteed follow-up that will affect her. And because of her 43 speed, it's hard she will suffer from a follow-up pretty easily. She's overall a unit that works really well with high res, and she's a really nice unit, but her 29 attack really suffers from it. So she'll really require the Iceberg procs to really kill and really leave a dent on any unit. She's especially good against dragon units. She's a pain in the ass to kill when I see one of those. And well, going on to another green unit, but she's a green tome unit, so she's better. Valentine's Mist has 34 offenses, which is pretty much the same thing as Honoka, but she's a tome unit, which essentially makes her way better to kill. She'll get Swift Sparrow to combo with that, making her really good offensively, and Ground Blooms, which are inheritable, but still. She gets the effect of getting attack speed def res +3 during combat if she's adjacent to an ally. So it's either a great fodder skill or a great combo of bond skills. And I've seen many units use the Ground Blooms, Blar Blooms, or Loyal Wrath to combo with this adjacent effect and create a bond hero. So he gets attack res bond 4 and attack speed bond for his seal. And that makes a really good combo, but Mist is also targeting her support. She has some of the lowest defense at 17 def and 23 res. But that's not a problem because she's going for support, especially with Rally Def Res Plus and Res Feint, making her a great support. And well, that's pretty much it. Although she's a cavalry unit, she won't be able to fully utilize the cavalry movement to go in and sweep because of her low kill potential, because she needs to be adjacent to an ally, which is a problem. So giving her, I don't know, Ground Blade and attack, odd attack wave or something like that to really go in and kill would be really nice, especially considering she doesn't get the offenses to really kill. And while I'm trying to time these, I'll pause the timer. I'm trying to time 2 minutes for each hero discussion to make it really short and snappy. But I think I'll need to, for example, on Mist, I already said what I wanted about her, and I think I'll have to cut it short just to... For example, I think I can save 20 seconds talking about Mist and talk about Idun for these 20 seconds. And with that, I think I can manage my time a little better. Oh yeah, and I know it's pretty stupid to suggest that, but if you think I'm going too fast, you could also go on YouTube and try to slow down the video to 0.75% speed. Sorry, 0.75 times speed. Yeah, it's not a really bad suggestion. Okay. And well, we have Bethune now. I know she says Idun, but it's Bethune in the original game. He's an armored green dragon, and well, she has some of the ballsiest stats in the game. Starting off with her defense. Usually 39 defense is some of the best you can get, but that's not enough. If you proc her breath and her defense and 4 def res and the death boost from demonic breath and also some more support, sorry, not even more support, let's just do without it. 39 defense, 45 defense to 4 def res, 48, 52 defense if her demonic breath procs. 52 defense is way more than whatever the fuck my heroes get. I mean, I have so many heroes who cap at 49 attack, 50 attack. They can't even leave a dent on Bethune. She's a really powerful unit, but she has 26 defense, which is really low, and that will leave her vulnerable to follow-up attacks, and especially blue mages and dangerous stuff like that. But she also gets 34 resistance for that, so it's a pretty hard unit to take down in one blow. Originally, she doesn't come with this encounter, and it's also a really nice skill to give her. Although switching Demonic Breath for Lightning Breath isn't the best skill to pick. Because if Demonic Breath procs, it already grants you Death +3 and it's 16 might. And it's effective against armored foes, which is amazing going against all the tankiest units. And because she's a dragon, so all damage she'll do will affect foes' res. And usually armored foes have more defense than resistance. So she's pretty good as a one-shot. And well, if either Idun's HP is under 100% or if there's a negative status on her, she will neutralize the penalty and get attack speed def res +4 during combat, which is amazing. And Vengeful Fighter makes her an amazing enemy face unit. But I mean, there's any combo you could give her. This encounter Vengeful Fighter or Bold Fighter. You have many ways to build her. And overall, Idun is one of the best units you can pick. Although keep in mind she's an armored unit, so armor movement will screw her up pretty often. But she also works really good like Duma or Canius, which I'll talk about later, for being in a corner on Ether Raids maps. And about Spring Bruno, I think I'll also cut this short. I mean, he has 30 attack and 35 defense, which are, I mean, his defense at 35 is the highest for staff units. Not even staff cavalry units, the highest for staff units. Tied only with Winter Erica, if I remember correctly. I am not sure. No, sorry, timed only with Silk, which I'll also talk about later. But for getting those high stats, yeah, 30 attack is not that high, but for getting that high defense stat, he suffers a lot from her speed and defense at 24 speed and 14 res. So he's a really frail unit, although he gets Miracle, but he's a really frail unit. And I think the best part about him was just getting a version of Bruno you could summon in the game. But none of his skills are really that good, especially with attack defense push 3, which really pales in comparison to his tier 4 counterpart, which we'll see launched in the near future. But he's just better off as fodder with Dazzling Staff 3, and even not having a great staff PRF to use. So yeah, they're better, way better cavalry dagger units to get, especially when I talk about Jenny later. And well, about another powerful armored unit, Canius. She's a colorless beast unit, an armored colorless beast unit, and well, just like Bethune, he has 37 defense and 30 res. Not as high as Bethune, but still, that's not what he wants. What makes Canius as good as he is his combo of Distant Defense 4, Lion King Fang, and Vengeful Fighter. All of those skills center on what? Exactly, enemy phase. Lion King Fang is normally a 14 might weapon, and he gets attack plus 3, so it's a 17 might Fang, leaving him from his 37 attack, which is already pretty high, to 54. And with Vengeful Fighter he can get quick bonfire procs, which makes him pretty dangerous. And well, Lion King Fang grants you the following: if foe initiates combat, grants attack speed def res plus 4, and that's it. Distant Defense: if foe initiates combat and uses bow, dagger, magic, or staff, grants def res plus 8. And Vengeful Fighter: if foe initiates, you can get a guaranteed follow-up attack and your cooldown charges faster. So essentially he's an enemy phase unit, which also works pretty well with Distant Counter, considering how many buffs he gets on enemy phase. And well, to be attacked by ranged units like mages, he needs to have the Distant Counter effect. And the enemy phase, because that's what makes him good. He also gets Distant Guard for support, but I mean, that's not where he shines. Although 30 res isn't that good for tanking many units, his combo of Distant Defense 4 and Lion King Fang often leave almost any mage leaving no damage. Sometimes even Delthea, my Delthea, Fallen Delthea with Blower Blade. Because of Distant Defense 4, he nullifies my bonuses, and because of Lion King Fang, he gets more defense, and that's it. He just can't take damage. Canius is also a really powerful unit to use on your Aether Raids map. Just shove him in the corner, and that's just about what he needs. He's a really powerful unit, and well, he even shines at low merges. But do have in mind, he really benefits from a defense or resistance asset or boon, because well, his speed is also not that good at 23. And now moving on to Jenny. Jenny was, I think, a good surprise after all. When I started looking at Jenny's stats, I copied those stats over to my folder, and I was like, wait, 36 attack? Then I went to take a look at Brave Veronica's attack, which I thought was pretty high, and Camilla's attack, Brave Camilla's attack. And I was like, holy shit, that's a joke. 36 attack. It's the highest attack for staff units. And I just started laughing out loud, and she also gets 34 res, which is also pretty good. But well, since she gets both of those, she must suffer from her speed and defense, which are at 24 and 14 respectively. She's essentially a better version of Bruno with better stat spread, and she can even become a mage tank with some res investment. But since she's a staff unit, what makes her good is her support abilities, especially think of Physic Plus and Toasty Skewer. I got a Jenny and followed her just for Toasty Skewer, which I think is one of the best skills you can get. If any foe initiates combat against any ally within 2 spaces of her, grants def res to +3 to that unit. So it's essentially a weaker version of Distant / Close Guard. Any ally within 2 spaces of you gets def res +3 on enemy phase, which is an amazing weapon to get, and is an amazing support, especially considering Death Opening, which is also great for support, and Fire Fluid Bomb. So she can essentially give Def +6, attack, Def, Res +6 to any unit near her. And if you're going off with Toasty Skewer, Def, Res +9. And she's an amazing support unit, also doubling up as a really powerful unit, even coming with Raffle Staff. And keep in mind, Raffle Staff makes her deal normal damage, because usually staff units would deal half damage, but that makes Jenny really shine, and only if she could use Death Blow she would have been better. And now about Fallen Berkut. I really don't know why he was the thumbnail or the highlight. There's no rule for the highlighted hero. But I mean, we got Fallen Coring and Fallen Tiki. I don't know why he's the highlight. Anyway, Fallen Berkut is just like normal Berkut, a cavalry lance unit. And this time he comes with amazing skills. And just about any Fallen hero would have these amazing skills. Starting off with his high 35 and 30 defenses, which make him way better than the original Berkut at defending. But what makes him good is his Crime Hilt, his weapon, which basically if any ranged foe initiates combat against him and there's a unit within 2 spaces of him, he can counterattack and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. But after combat, that ally that was near you takes 20 damage. It's a really nice weapon to set up Wings of Mercy or Escape Route procs. I've even used this combo sometimes. It's really good, and also grants Berkut the ability to make to counterattack and not take a follow-up attack, which also makes a really good combo with Quick Riposte for his B skill or Seal. And well, since he has 17 speed, one of the lowest in the game, he will really need this effect to not get the follow-up, to not be doubled, and to be able to counterattack. And because you need a lot of Quick Riposte to counter. But well, Quick Riposte only works when you're above 80% HP, so what makes him good is Warding stands for and not Res Wave. So he will stop foes cooldown, so he will not take specials, and he'll get a lot of res, +8 res and +6 res from A and C skills during, on the enemy phase. So he's essentially a really great mage tank, as well as having 35 defense and the blue collar. So he's an amazing tanking red units as well, and any dragon units. He doesn't get that high of attack, 35, but if you give him just Iceberg and the same skills he have on enemy phase, he'll really shine as a powerful unit. And now for Bride of Fjorm. I'm getting tired of this. Bride of Fjorm is also an amazing unit, and I've properly reviewed her on the Altina Mythic Banner review, if you wanna check that out. But for a quick version, I really wanted to see more Bride of Fjorm on Marina, especially because Jaller Brew is a really nice weapon. It basically inflicts isolation on any foes that have 3 HP less than Fjorm. So she will target a lot of foes, and if there's some way like Duma's Upheaval or something like that to deal damage to your foes, Savage Blow, it's even better because it will make it easier to proc. And Jaller Brew, this isolation effect makes foe unable to target or beat the target of Dance, Sing, Rally, or many other skills. Healing. So that essentially isolates him and makes... She's an amazing unit for Aether Raids because she'll stop the Cancer Dancer teams, and because she'll stop the massive support that goes on there. And she also gets Restore Plus to be a really good restoring skill. But what makes her good is she's good as a hit and run. Sorry, not a hit and run, a run unit. Because, I mean, although she has 34 offenses, it's not enough to not take a double. And she'll, especially with Dazzling Staff and Jaller Brew combo, she'll be just a normal staff unit. And she also gets Ground Orders to have high movement, but what she needs is the HP combo. And basically what Fjorm needs is more HP, because with more HP she'll isolate foes, and that will render you... That essentially wrecks the whole entire team. I think this review was really messed up. Sorry, go watch my other video, it was way better than this one for Bride of Fjorm. About Na. Na is... I'm guessing I should say powerful. It's because I only got one Na, and as soon as I got her, I foddered her off for Infantry Breath 3. It's not one of the best skills you can get, but I have a full infantry team, so yeah, I think that was good to me. He's an infantry red dragon. Yeah, I didn't mess it up. And she gets essentially a build around her attack. if she starts with 34 attack, a 16 might breath, and attack plus 3 from her weapon. So 53 attack basically. And that she's already really she already inflicts magic damage. And she also gets quick repulse because, well, she has 25 speed, which isn't enough to double, so quick repulse will do to render you able to counter attack. Sorry, to make a follow-up. And what makes not really good is the combo of bonus doubler and Oracle's Breath. Oracle's Breath, if there's a visible buff on you, foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And bonus doubler doubles that bonus. So if you get a team with tactic skills or legendary Azura that gives you +6 or +7 to all stats, that essentially gives her +12 to all stats, and foe cannot make a follow-up attack. And that makes not really dangerous as a unit. Infantry Breath is also a really good support, but only if you're running a full infantry team. Now also gets the amazing 38 defense and 32 rest combo. She works really good with Lightning Breath for this encounter, but all by herself she's already a powerful unit, and I mean, if you give her +6 to all stats, she'll reach insane 65 attack, 50 defense, and 44 resistance with bonus doubler. She's a really powerful unit, but you just need the support from your teammates to really make her shine. And now about Summer Lakejarn, she's just Levine but better. The difference is Lakejarn has 2 BST less than Levine, but Lakejarn is a blue unit. They both have 34 and 37 defenses, and Lakejarn gets speed +3 from her weapon and speed +7 from Swift Sparrow 3, which was a new skill and one of the best tier 4 skills you can get right now. And it's not even that limited because you can also get it from Soiree Ishtar and Legendary Eliwood. Sorry, not Legendary Eliwood. Legendary Celica and Brave Eliwood. Just gets fly formation to move around more freely, but what makes Summer Lakejarn powerful is World Sea Wave, which if you're over 50% HP and you initiate combat, you can make a follow-up before foe can counterattack. Same thing as Levine really, but where she shines is her blue color, so she'll deal a lot of damage against red foes, the most crowded class in the game. She also gets Hone Flyers as a really nice skill, but I mean, Lakejarn is... I was really heartbroken when I had to fodder her. She's an amazing unit all by herself with no merge, with even a speed bane. Lakejarn is an amazing unit. I can't say that enough. And she also has amazing fodder. She's overall, I think, one of the best units you could pull for. With the downside only being she's a summer unit, so either you pull her on her legendary banner rerun, or if you wait for next summer, so that's a problem to get more merges. She gets low defenses, but I mean, if she initiates, she will make a follow-up before you can. And with her high attack and speed, she will sure make a follow-up attack, and she is almost guaranteed to kill you. So beware. Similarly, Lina, she was rerun recently on the Double Special Heroes banner, and many people went for her just for her broadleaf fan. And well, about Lina herself, she's a cavalry red dagger unit, and what makes her dagger amazing is that it grants bonus to attack equals to total penalties on foe during combat. So if you're with a team that inflicts major debuffs on the enemies, it's a really nice skill to have. And also because it's a dagger and it already inflicts death res -7 on foe, which essentially grants you +14 attack if that effect triggers. Lina also gets Sabotage Defense 3 to combo with that, and to already get +7 attack if that effect triggers. Lina gets the amazing 38 attack, which is one of the highest. I'm not sure it's the highest for dagger units, but I'll say it's one of the highest attacks for dagger units. And 35 rest to combo with Sabotage Defense and be even more powerful. And she even gets attack rest solo, which is an amazing skill because Lina is a nuke. She will essentially go in and one-hit kill all units, because she doesn't get enough speed to make a follow-up attack, and neither enough defense to survive a counter-attack. So she works really nice with that, and she also gets a really good support focus. I really don't know why, with Rally, Press Plus, and Attack Opening. But if you're going to build a Lina, give her Death Blow 4, and Death Blow... We still don't have Death Blow Seal, but you get that. we should get it sometime soon. And Lina works just the same way as her original counterpart. The difference being she's now a red dagger unit, which, as already talked about previously, makes it really hard for her to deal damage against blue foes. But, well, same problem with Lakejarn. She's a summer unit, so she's pretty hard to get more merges. But all by herself, Lilina is also an amazing unit, and she manages to use the cavalry movement pretty well. Now for female Byleth, and let me pause right here, because now we want a streak of... yeah, things will change. On female Byleth, we have her as the highlight hero, but when male Byleth launched, he also got his own trailer, so I'll also review him, and because on the Brave Heroes banner, all 4 of the Brave Heroes got featured, I'll review every single one of them. So yeah, I'll be talking more than I should have because there are more focus, more highlighted heroes than you. Female Byleth is a really good unit. That's, I think, all I can say. She's a sword infantry unit, and what makes her amazing is Crater Sword, a weapon that accelerates special trigger and no follow-up and no cooldown reduction. So it nullifies foes' ability to guarantee follow-up or stop your follow-up, and it also neutralizes all skills that grant foe more cooldown or guarantee you less cooldown, which makes her an amazing unit that essentially nullifies the armor meta that we know today and fighter skills. It's a really powerful skill, and if you're... because usually most armored units that are really powerful are either dragons or beasts. So she gets Ruptured Sky with that. It normally boosts damage by 20% of foe's attack, which is pretty inconsistent, but if it's against a beast or dragon foe, it boosts damage by 40% instead of 20%, which is also not that good because it relies heavily on foe's attack, but still, she manages to deal a lot of damage, especially in comboing with Wrath 3. And Wrath, basically, if your HP is under 75%, you get less cooldown and deal plus 10 damage. So when she procs Ruptured Sky, which is a 1-turn cooldown, considering Crater Sword's cooldown reduction, she will wreak havoc on you. And she gets kind of low 34 attack, so she'll need Fury 4 and even Attack Wave to deal more damage. I don't recommend Fury 4 all by myself because, I mean, 33 defense is nice, but she'll still take damage, and with Fury 4 she'll just... you rush her death. So change it for something else, and even Attack Wave is it's also a nice skill to keep on her. And well, she also is really great fodder if you want to do that. But well, and now for practically the same version of her. Oh yeah, and I forgot to talk. She has 40 speed. It's amazing. It's ballsy. With a speed boon or few stuff like that, she reaches the 50s easily. And now for practically the same unit, Male Byleth. The difference is, Male Byleth has a little less speed, but a little more attack and defense. That's it. He also gets nice skills, which are Distant Counter, Chill Speed, and Not Speed Wave, along with the same Crater Sword and Ruptured Sky combo. I have already talked about how those were amazing, and you get Byleth for Male Byleth for free if you buy Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And well, he gets... those are nice skills, but they look too much like it's a free hero you can get. Distant Counter is really exclusive fodder. Chill Speed was exclusive fodder, but now you can get it easily, and Not Speed Wave, the same thing as Chill Speed. So I suggest using Male Byleth if you got one for free for fodder, because well, his female Byleth is way better. But you can also get Male Byleth now if you pull him on the 5-star pool. But well, going on you want. Oh yeah, and Ruptured Sky is inheritable. So Ruptured Sky, Distant Counter, and Chill Speed 3 or Odd Speed Wave 3 on the same batch is also really nice to do. And I think I rush in to talk about Petra. She's a blue flying dagger, and she comes with not that interesting some stats. 32 attack, really low. 38 speed, oh great. 25 defense and 20 res, pretty low, but what makes her good is Hunting Blade. It's a dagger that is effective against beast foes, so it's great against the beast meta. And, oh yeah, and it also accelerates special trigger by 1. But if Petra's stats, for example, attack speed, let's talk about attack. If her attack is lower than of an ally that is within 2 spaces of her, she gets +5 to her attack. So if she has, for example, 38 speed, and there's an ally within 2 spaces that has 42 speed, she reaches 43 speed because of the +5 boost, which makes her an amazing unit, but you also need really powerful and power-crapped units to go with her to make Petra really dangerous. And especially because she gets attack speed form, which is a skill you need ally proximity for it to proc and be useful. So keep that in mind. And she also gets aerobatics to reach her allies faster and proc attack speed form / hunting blade. And also because ground orders helps her allies move around. But well, Petra comes off with pretty bad stats. 32 attack goes to 46 attack, which is still not enough to kill. But 46 attack, if she procs Hunting Blade, it already goes up to 51 attack. And 58 attack if the entire effect of attack speed form is procced. So Petra can become a really dangerous unit. You just need to find out how to use your allies properly to make it proc. And she's also a really good combo with... any ally will make her a good combo for her. And well, now for the Brave heroes, we have Brave Om. And Brave Om, I think, is one of the most busted units in the game. He comes off with 38 attack, gets Draco Fortune, a 19 might weapon, and Sand Scale, and Threat and Attack Speed 3, and Shield Defense Wave. And every one of these skills essentially boosts attack. 38 attack is already pretty good, especially with a 16 might weapon. And you get attack +3 from it. So yeah, it's also a normal falchion, again effective against dragon foes. But what makes it especially good compared to all falchions is if there are more foes than allies within 2 spaces of Om, he gets attack speed def res +5. So he gets essentially 24 attack from his weapon, which already brings him up to 62 attack with only Draco Falchion. But shield defense also inflicts death -7 on foe, so we come from that 62 was it? Yeah, 62 attack, it's already 69 attack. And if you use threat and attack speed, which was a new skill that released with him, which made threatened skills actually good, he gets +5 attack. 74 attack. Really doesn't need all that attack, so if you want to change it, I don't know, Sand Scale for something else, or Threat and Attack Speed for something else, or even Draco Falchion for something else, they are all changeable, because doesn't need more attack. And oh yeah, Sand Scale deals damage equals to 25% of Om's attack, which, I mean, it's practically true damage, but still, is an unstoppable unit. But I think it's best for switch for something else, because he doesn't really need all that attack. It's just overkill at this point. So you could invest on his speed of 35, which can become pretty good, or his 37 defense, which, I mean, with little investment you can already turn him into a really powerful tanky unit. About Brave Eliwood, well, I think he's the unit I liked playing the most. The Brave unit I like the most on all these, out of all 4 of those. Brave Eliwood is a really powerful player phase unit because of Ninja's Ice Lance and Swift Sparrow 3. Ninja's Ice Lance is effective against dragon and beast foes and grants speed +3. So he already gets 35 speed base, but with Ninja's Ice Lance he gets 38, 42, 49 speed pretty easily. So although 35 speed may not seem that much, his weapon and Swift Sparrow combo bring him up to dangerous speed levels. What makes it good is effective as dragon and beast foes. It's the only weapon that does that. So he's amazing against armored units, many armored units as well. because many of them are beasts and dragons. And well, Eliwood just crushes the meta entirely. On initiation, he can already one-hit kill many dragon and beast foes. And if he initiates, he gets all stats +4 during combat. So, if he combos with Swift Sparrow, he gets +10 attack, +11 speed, +4 def res. And he also gets a really good support combo, if you want it for some reason, with Rally Attack Defense Plus, Attack Speed Rules, and Speed Opening. Which, those are nice skills, but if you want to change it for anything else like Lull, Attack Defense, and Odd Attack Wave, those are also really good options, because, I mean, Eliwood doesn't need that extra attack or speed, but he will use that to one-hit kill any unit that faces him. And that's what makes him powerful. Although she also gets 37 attack base, which is really high, and the 32 defense. It's not worth to invest on his defense, but he'll have enough to tank a hit or two. And 18 res, it's just, don't do that, please. About Brave Camilla, it's the only hero I haven't managed to pull so far, so yeah, my opinions on her will be pretty superficial. Her weapon, Sangrither, has Dazzling Staff amped onto it, and if unit initiates combat, she gets attack speed +3, which is a weaker version of Swift Sparrow 2, and if Camilla manages to attack during combat, you don't even need to initiate. If you manage to attack, it inflicts gravity on target and foes within one space. So essentially a gravity staff with Dazzling Staff with Swift Sparrow. It's a really powerful staff, and manages to slow down your foes, but it's still not as powerful as Brave Camilla was last year. And Brave Veronica was last year. And Brave Camilla is a flyer staff unit. But if she didn't get enough from Sangrither, with 37 offenses, will benefit a lot also from attack speed push 4, which introduced us to push tier 4 push skills, and well, it's really powerful. And it also grants you attack speed +7. And also lasts a long time if you want to use it properly. She also has the Restore Plus, which manages to patch up any negative status effect and penalties on your allies. But just like Brave Veronica, she likes to be used as an offensive staff unit. And that's why she also gets Raffle Staff 3. And what makes and she also has 21 and 25 def res, which are pretty low. But she won't need that because she won't get she has Dazzling Staff on her weapon. And what makes tier 4 push skills really powerful is that they don't require you to be with full HP, like the tier 3 counterparts. Instead, you just need to be above 25%, which is really high HP threshold. But once you attack, you take 5 damage, which is also a nice combo if you want to use a hero with Desperation. About Brave Micaiah, she is essentially Yoon, but she gets better skills. That's basically it. 37 attack is a really powerful stack stat, and 37 resistance is also really powerful. And her Light of Dawn, just like every other weapon she gets in Fire Emblem Heroes, is effective as armored and cavalry foes. And it also grants attack speed def res during combat equals to penalties on foe during combat. So if you inflict -7, it's essentially the same thing as a bonus doubler, but instead of getting doubled by your bonuses, it doubles by foe's penalties. And she also gets Sacrifice like her normal version, which is a nice support and easy to proc Desperation, but she doesn't need Desperation when she gets Yoon's Whisper, which is essentially attack speed, sabotage attack speed, but it's exclusive to her. And well, if foe suffers attack speed -6 during combat, you get attack speed +6 during combat, which can bring her low 28 speed up to easily 40 speed. And her 37 attack, especially combo with armor and cavalry advantage, is really powerful to kill. And she's also a flying unit, which means she gets ground orders, a really nice skill to utilize her support, and because she can get easily to your foes without suffering from the terrain. She also gets attack res bond 4, also we were first introduced to tier 4 bond skills by her, And what makes Ground Order especially good is because, well, you need an ally to proc attack respond, and with Ground Orders you can get that support easily. And, well, now we stop with the Brave Heroes. Splendid Soiree Reinhardt, or just Soiree Reinhardt, is, well, just like all other versions of him, he has a weapon that attacks twice if you initiate combat. Just like all other versions of Reinhardt, he has low speed. Just like all other versions of Reinhardt, he gets speed -5 from his weapon. And that's just basically it. And we already had a blue and red version of Reinhardt, and now we finish the weapon triangle with the green flying Tome Reinhardt. He also gets dance, because, well, he's a dancer now, Reinhardt. He can give your ally more movement, another action. But what makes him powerful is his Vafthrufnir, a weapon that allows you to attack twice if you initiate combat, and Death Blow combo, and Chill Rest combo, and Joint Hone Attack combo. That's something I think you notice from many of those units, the synergy they get. Joint Hone Attack gives Reinhardt and his allies more +5 to their attack. Chill Res inflicts -7 res on foe, and Death Blow gives you +6 attack. So all of these skills combo to make Reinhardt a really powerful unit, and, well, although he won't be as effective against red units, he will sure wreak havoc against blue units, regardless of if they're armored or whatever. Reinhardt is a really powerful unit. We'll also get nice defense of 27 def and 25 res, which are not enough to build him as a defensive unit, but still, he can survive one hit or two. And he's also a dancer, which he's already good as a support unit by that. And now we're almost finishing up the year. Nagi. Nagi is once again an armored dragon unit, but she's green this time. And, well, what makes her special is that she was essentially designed to counterattack Ophelia and AoE specials. Because, well, Ethereal Breath grants her a special trigger -1 and is effective against dragon foes. And this effectiveness against dragon foes is pretty good to counter other dragon units. And it also grants weapon triangle advantage against colorless foes and inflicts disadvantage on them. So even Brave Veronica won't be able to really damage Nagi. And aside from that, it reduces damage by AoE specials by 80%. So there's no Ophelia, there's not even a Lina that can really break Nagi apart. And, well, while Nagi really does benefit from the AoE reduction, she also gets 41 rest to combo with that, making her really powerful mage tank. And she also gets 36 defense because, well, why not? She's also powerful on both melee and ranged combat. The 37 attack she gets base is pretty good, but she gets Soul as her special, which I would not recommend using because, well, Soul just heals your HP, but I would recommend a Iceberg or Bonfire, and a better investment on her resistance. She gets Special Fighter 3, which is a nice skill, but usually Special Fighter is more useful when your unit has high speed and is an armored unit. But Nagi has only 19 speed, which is pretty low, and so Vengeful Fighter is a better combo with her. She also gets Distant Counter, which is great for fodder as well as for personal use. And, well, overall, Nagi is a really busted unit. Because guess what? She's an armored dragon unit. That's why. Now about Duo Hector or Halloween Hector, doesn't matter how you want to call him. He is, once again, an armored unit, but this time he's a sword unit, but it doesn't really matter, he's powerful all the same. 41 attack, base, 16 might weapon, +3 from his weapon, +4 from his weapon, and that's basically it. He was designed to go all around his, and guess what? Attack. He has a 64 attack, only with his weapon equipped and procced. So he's made to be an offensive unit. Conjurer Curious is also effective against dragon foes, armored foes, sorry, which is pretty much the same thing as Bethune. It's easier to kill those powerful units, and during odd number turns, or if foe's HP is under 100%, grants attack speed def res +4 to unit during combat. So, let's think about that. If it's an odd number turn, which is something really inconsistent and weird, but he also gets odd follow-up attack to go with that. But let's talk about that later. If foe's HP is under 100%, which is pretty good because you can combat that with Duma's Upheaval, Savage Blow, or any skill like that. But the odd number turn is really weird, and odd follow-up is also a really weird skill because only on odd number turns will it work. And it guarantees a follow-up for you and stops foe from making a follow-up attack. Which is good, but keep in mind, due to his low movement, you can just space him out for a turn or two and be able to attack him on even turns. So yeah, be careful when using his skill. And he also gets this encounter to counterattack from ranged foes. But, well, I would recommend just giving him Vengeful Fighter or Bold Fighter, depending on your phase, because he will also not get any follow-ups with 26 speed. And, well, I think I should talk about his Duo Skill, because, I'm running out of time now. It deals 20 damage to foes within 3 columns centered on Hector. You can only use it once per map, but you can use it once per map also on Tempest Trials and multi-map battles. So dual heroes are also always a great pick for those maps. And he's essentially a Bolt Tower from Aetherate, but you can use it anytime you want. 20 damage on all foes within 3 columns centered on him. It's a really powerful skill, but have in mind, it can proc Desperation or Presence skills for the opponent, which makes it really dangerous. But if you do know what you're doing, you can use it properly to get the advantage and manage to finish the kill with that extra damage boost. It's also great for Arena Assault because it's essentially an item you can equip, the Lightning Charm. And now about Silk. She is... okay. I should say one of the best staff infantry units. She gets really good skills, but that's not where she shines, it's on her stats. 35 defense and 31 res. The highest def res combo on staff foes. That all by itself already means Silk's a great unit. She gets low 23 speed, but that's not a problem, because what Silk needs is to hold her ground. And she also gets Melancholy, which is basically the same thing as Witchy Wand from Halloween Mia, which inflicts guard on all foes within 2 spaces of target. So, she has high defense and res, and she stops foe from making from proccing specials. Silk is a really powerful unit because of that, and she also gets really good super boons for def and res, if I remember correctly. 33 attack isn't that good, but I mean, if she could proc specials like Bonfire, it would have been way better. And she also is a great combo with 4 def res for overall more defense and res. And she can become a major tank for all types of combat. While having in mind she won't be able to counterattack that much, and she's a support unit, so you can't give her a special. She also gets Dazzling Staff 3 and Airfire Bomb. She can be used as a fodder, but have in mind Silk is the best tank on staffs, the best staff tank overall. And well, I really can't see a reason why not to go for, oh yeah, because of bad booms. Another duo hero, Duo Ephraim. This one I was really sad that I didn't get him on his original banner, and I think I'm worried that he might not return anytime soon, like in the next year and a half. What makes Duo Ephraim good is everything. His base kit and his stats. 39 attack is basically the same thing as Hector. He can reach really high attack stats with ease. And his weapon, Radiant Leaf, is also effective as armored and cavalry foes. Same thing with Micaiah, but Ephraim gets really high attack to really benefit from that. And he gets attack plus 3 from his weapon. And on attack wave 3 gives him attack plus 6. And low attack defense inflicts attack defense minus 3 on foe and neutralizes foes bonuses from those. So Ephraim gets ballsy attack stats. which is good for something. Raging Leaf procs. If Raging Leaf procs, which is basically if Ephraim's attack is higher than foe's attack, and or you have extra movement on you. Sorry, and or if there's extra movement granted by any skill on Ephraim, which is basically his dual skill or legendary Azura, he makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. He wouldn't do that usually with 30 speed, but his guaranteed effect always works, because I mean, he has such high attack stats that is practically guaranteed he will proc Raging Leaf. And when he procs Raging Leaf, oh beware. He also gets Heavy Blade 4, which is a very powerful skill, especially considering it's inheritable to all units, something Flashing Blade isn't. And it also deals 5 true damage. And it will proc almost every time, and it will also help proc Draconic Aura, which will be very powerful and dangerous to face. He also gets 37 defense, which overall Ephraim is an amazing unit. Amazing unit. With some of the best fodder. Okay, I'll say it. He's the best fodderable unit in the game. But since he's so available and limited, and we don't even know if he's coming back at all, it's best to keep in mind you won't fodder him because, well, it's better off just to use him like that. And he gets his dual skill, which is to give... Sorry, let me read it properly. Which is to grant infantry and armored allies within 2 spaces 1 extra space. So it's basically legendary Azura's effect of giving infantry allies more movement, but it also works for armored units, which is essentially armor march. What makes it good is it helps your allies to move around, and it grants Ephraim Raging Leaf procs, because Raging Leaf would proc either if he has more attack than your foe or if he has more movement. Sorry, he gets extra movement. And well, with his dual skill, he is going to get that extra movement effect. Eye Green. Okay, this is the last... Oh, the penultimate unit. Eye Green is a first red bow unit we got in the game, and she's an infantry unit with 37 offenses, which are pretty amazing, but are backed up by Life and Death 4. Also the first time we've seen this skill, and grants attack speed +7 at the cost of suffering death res -5. It's an amazing skill that brings her up to 44 offenses. 44 offenses. It would already be amazing, and her PRF is a 14 might weapon, so yeah, 58 attack base just with it equipped. And if your speed is higher than your foes, it inflicts attack speed death -5 on foe. What makes this amazing is she gets even more speed and even more attack. With 44 speed, it is relatively easy to proc it, but it's nice also to get more support if you really want to do this even against Maritas and powerful units like that. She also gets Special Spiral and Blazing Wind, which shape her up to be pretty similar to Ophelia, but Ophelia has the benefit of charging her special on turn 1, and because Ophelia is a blue unit, so Eye Green suffers from weapon triangle disadvantage, while being a powerhouse against green units. Overall, she's also really nice as fodder, and she also gets Pulse Smoke 3, which is a smoke skill that inflicts cooldown reduction. Sorry, cooldown count +1. And well, overall, Eye Green is a really powerful unit. She gets low defenses, but that's what she needs. She is also a great combo with Desperation and Moonbow or a quick proc special if you want to do something that doesn't rely that heavily on Blazing Wind and Special Spiral procs. Let me take a break here. And for the final unit, Sophis. Winter Sophis. Sophis released this year on July, and we already have an out of her. And well, overall, when I talk about armored units, I always talk about high BST, but you've never seen high BST like this. 185 BST is the highest BST we've seen in the game so far. She gets 35 attack, 41 speed, 30 defense, and 35 resistance. All amazingly high stats, and an amazing good base kit. She's an armored green dragon, and she gets Snow's Grace, which grants her the same effect as her normal Sublime Surge, which is to neutralize effective against dragon bonuses. So she's essentially just a magic melee unit. And she gets speed +3, bringing her up to 43 speed base. And if we start of combat, she has over 50% HP, she gets attack speed, def res plus 5 during combat. So she's even more powerful unit, and she gets special fighter 3. So once she's above the 50% HP threshold, she is a really dangerous unit. Especially comboing with her own special, Sirius, which boosts damage by 30% of her speed, and restored HP equal to 30% of damage dealt, which will bring her up to the over 50% HP range easily, and also deal a lot of damage with her high 44 speed. She also gets threat and attack res, which is the same thing as Zom, but inflicts res -5 on foe, and res plus 5 on her. And well, overall, Sothis is an amazing unit to go for fodder, for personal use, and if for some reason you want it, for the 185 BSC. And well, I think I'll cut that short now. I think I now have a sore throat after the video. And well, I think I should give off a final farewell on 2019. 2019 was basically everything that that happened in Fire Emblem Heroes was what you've seen here. And well, you could see the game's evolution and how power crept it got, or how new units got released and how they allowed it to happen. But well, I would like to appreciate just how far not only the game has gotten, but also how you got in the game. I can see, for example, my analysis, how I analyzed Nyla or Bethune or Bruno without even starting to understand how the game worked. And by the half of the year, with like Lily, Brave Eliwood, I started to notice how the game worked overall. And then I started doing these banner reviews to try to share my opinions, because I think now I do have a proper understanding of the game. And well, I would like to say to everyone, Happy New Year. This is being released on New Year's... I think the video is going to be released one day before New Year's Eve, which is the 30th. But well, thanks for watching this series. And well, Happy New Year. And well, I hope you have a wonderful 2020, and that you may get amazing pulls all around the year, because I sure hope I do. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like and leave a comment with your own opinions. And well, if you're here looking at my opinion, listening to me at the very end, thank you so much for bearing through this hour. It's over an hour right now, yeah. This hour-long special. And well, thank you for that. Thanks for your attention. Thank you for watching this video, and may you have an amazing year and good pulls. You thought it was over, didn't you? There's still one thing else I need to do. Rank the heroes. In all of these 2019 year in reviews, I do a ranking of every hero, like in my personal favorites, a top 5. I didn't sort a top 5 out for this video, so I'm going to do it right now, right here, in terms of personal preference. So I'm considering skills, art, stats, everything. Oh, it's really hard. I'm looking at all those heroes that released this year. I'm just like, which one of them is the best one? But I think overall, female Byleth is my favorite. Second is Eliwood, Brave Eliwood. Fourth, man, it's just Brave Fallen Berkut. Fourth is Winter Sothis, and fifth, I think I should say Duo Ephraim, because it's because I didn't get to play with him. But in terms of, well, how well those units fare in any modes, Canius first, Bethune second, Halloween Hector third, Duo Ephraim fourth, Duo Ephraim third and Hector fourth, and Nagi as fifth. Thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, and well, I'll see you next time, either on the 2020 year in review or on my next banner review video. And if you want to check out other videos that I did for example, the renewed spirit banner, the New Year's banner. You can check out the video that will be on the end screen. And well, thanks for watching. Thanks a lot for this 2019.